Hi, I'm Rhiannon and I'm here to talk to you today about how to read and use a paper sewing pattern. When you first open one up, it can look complicated, but there's heaps of information on the packet and on the pattern to help you sew. Learn it from the start and you'll be able to create a whole range of clothing and accessories. Choose your pattern online or from the catalogues in-store, which will show you what the designs look like. All you have to do is flip through the books, write down the pattern number and then find your pattern in the drawer. They're all in numerical order to make it easy. Make sure you check the pattern as many come in 2 size ranges. The pattern book will explain how to translate the sizing for your body. Some patterns come with a few different variations. You'll have the base item, which is A, and some options for how to sew it. This is great if you want to make something with shorter sleeves or a different neckline. The paper packet provides more information to help choose your pattern. Look for photos or illustrations of the finished piece so you can visualize it, line drawings of the different variations, what will this same jacket look like with shorter sleeves, or can I make this dress longer? Variants will be listed with letters. You'll have variant A, variant B, and so on. A list of recommended fabrics and tips on if you need to buy more of a particular fabric. Choose one that's on the list so the garment hangs right on your body. Look at the size chart, which tells you how much fabric to buy for each size. You should measure yourself before you shop for fabrics. You'll find information about which interlining to choose and recommendations on the notions, the threads, buttons, clasps and trims you need to complete the garment. It will tell you how easy or difficult it is. If you're a beginner, make sure you start with your easy ones. Most patterns have measurements in both metric and imperial systems. Often the imperial system will be in English and the metric in French or Spanish. Just follow the line across the equivalent size when deciding which measurement system you prefer to use. Once you're home, it's time to open your pattern. You'll find some thin pages with the pattern drawn onto it and thicker pages that have some more information. The information pages will include sketches for each variant to show you once again what it looks like with shorter sleeves or a different collar, a list of pattern pieces so you can check you've cut them all out, a key that tells you what the symbols mean for this brand of patterns, general sewing instructions, an overview of how you should lay out your pattern pieces on your fabric so you can cut with the grain and so you waste as little fabric as possible. There will be a different layout for each variant, and also a step-by-step written guide with matching illustrations to explain exactly how to make your garment. If your pattern is creased and folded when you take it out of the packet, you can use an iron on very low heat to press the creases out. This way you can cut and sew with precision without any lumps and bumps getting in the way. Make sure you turn off the steam and gently press, don't drag the iron. Each piece on the pattern has several lines that indicate different sizes. Use the size chart on the packet to match your measurements to one of the sizes. Then, cut along the right line for your size with some sharp scissors or a rotary cutter. Make sure that you cut all the pieces that apply to your variant, A, B, C, and so on. And remember, you don't have to cut out pieces that you don't need. If you want to use the pattern to create a couple of different garments in different sizes, you won't want to cut on the lines. Instead, use a piece of dressmaker's chalk to transfer the size markings to your fabric so you can use the pattern again and again. Now, follow the layout design on your pattern instructions to pin them in place on your fabric. The layout instructions in your pattern show you the most efficient way to pin the pieces so you don't waste fabric. The layout instructions are also there so you lay your pieces in place according to the grain of your fabric. The grain refers to how the fabric is woven, which determines how it hangs and which direction it stretches in. It's vital you pin your pieces right so your finished piece fits correctly and any patterns or prints are straight. Pin it wrong and you may end up with twisted fabric that you won't be able to fix. Fabric with nap is when the fabric moves in 2 different directions, like velvet or corduroy. It has its own pinning instructions, and if you don't follow them, it'll look like you used 2 different colour fabrics. Look for the long arrows on your pattern, which you'll need to place parallel to the selvage of your fabric. This keeps the pieces going along the correct grain so they sit flat against your body. Some pieces will have markings drawn on them that will show you exactly where to apply a different sewing method, create buttonholes, or sew in darts. Read your pattern's key to see what symbols are used, as these will be different from brand to brand. This will include notches to show you where to start or finish sewing your pieces together, the locations where you can lengthen or shorten your pattern, depending on the variant or your height, and which direction your grain goes in. Some marks have a note telling you to transfer the mark so you can remember where they go once you've separated your fabric from the paper. You'll need to transfer them onto the fabric. There are a couple ways to do this. Use a pen, pencil or chalk to draw the mark, use a pin to mark it out, or use a tracing wheel and paper to transfer the lines onto the wrong side of the fabric. Always draw on the back, which is known as the wrong side of your fabric. Now it's time to follow the instructions that are included with the pattern and get sewing. Cut your pieces out with sharp fabric scissors and follow the instructions from start to finish, paying attention to any differences for the variation you're making. If you have any questions or want to browse our range of patterns, drop in store to chat with one of our team members. Otherwise, head online to spotlightstores.com for more. Happy sewing!